Hyderabad-based Lokesh Machines has developed India's first indigenous submachine gun called ASMI. The company is manufacturing this submachine gun for which it has bagged orders from the Indian Army right here in Hyderabad. Apart from the submachine gun ASMI, Lokesh Machines has also developed a light machine gun as well as a general purpose machine gun which it is planning to pitch to the armed forces in India as well as in the international markets.
What we have here is a 9x19 submachine gun. This machine gun has been named ASMI. ASMI in Sanskrit stands for pride, and this weapon has been made under the Make in India initiative, and this is 100% indigenous, manufactured by a private sector company. I mean, ordnance factories have always been making weapons, but in the private sector, this is the first weapon to be 100% indigenously designed, developed and manufactured under the Make in India program. So therefore, we thought it's a matter of pride, and therefore we named this weapon ASMI. This weapon was jointly developed with ARDE Pune and the Indian Army. Colonel Prasad Bansod of the Indian Army, who is on deputation at ARDE, has designed, and with the inputs from the Army, this has been made it's been made very rugged based on those inputs. This weapon has undergone all the tests. It's been dropped. There's something called a drop test. It's dipped in mud and immediately fired. It's put in salt water and checked for any rusting. And it has passed all the trials. And the reliability, this is a highly reliable weapon. And to check the reliability, Army fired 2,400 rounds continuously, and there was not a single stoppage. Typically, 1 or 2 stoppages are allowed, class 1, but this weapon has qualified with 0 stoppages. Around 2015 to 2019, there was an automotive recession and kind of a slowdown. And that's when we consciously decided that we should reduce our dependence on automotive business as a whole, because our machine tools, CNC machines, as well as the auto components are predominantly catering to the automotive sector. So machine tools, immediately we diversified. We got in a diversified clientele, and more than 30 to 40% were non-automotive, like defense, medical instruments, and agri implements and infrastructure and all. And on the component front, we thought we'll branch out into defense, because that was an emerging thing, and the government was talking about Atmanirbharta and Make in India. And that's when we started around 2019. The idea kind of seeped in. 2020, during the COVID kind of, hastened our decision to get into defense, and rest, as I mentioned, we tied up with ARDE, and we developed this weapon in a record time. And now we have gone ahead and developed other weapons as well, the LMG and other variants on this 9mm. In 2020, during COVID is when we started developing this weapon. ARDE, along with the Indian Army, Colonel Prasad Bansod of the Indian Army, designed this weapon, and they gave us the design. On a no-cost basis, we developed the first prototype in less than 3 months. And ARDE had tested the weapon, and they were extremely satisfied. The trials also were completed in 6 months, and literally the weapon was good. It came first time right, and it has never happened before. So it was quite a pleasant surprise for them as well. And that's when they asked us if we would want to participate in, get into the business of manufacturing a complete weapon as a product. So, and naturally, when we were looking for a diversification, we liked the idea, and also, as I mentioned, COVID kind of pushed us to expedite this to get into the defense, and that's how we started making the weapons. We participated in a tender from ARDE, and we were the lowest, and therefore we became a DCPP partner. That's a development come this thing. So this weapon, the 9x19 millimeter weapon, has been named ASMI. ASMI in Sanskrit stands for pride, and so this is this we felt was the first indigenously manufactured weapon, and that too in the private sector, 100% indigenous. So therefore, under the Make in India program, so we thought this is the pride of India, so we named it after. The company was incorporated by Mr. M. Lokesh Rao. He is the founder of this company, and he is now the managing director of this company, along with his nephew, Mr. B. Kishore Babu. Both of them have started making this company to manufacture machines. And in the year 1992-93, the two of us, that's myself, M. Srinivas, and my brother M. Sri Krishna, we joined the business, and around 94-95 we diversified into CNC machines. CNC machines are also part of the machine tool business. We started making CNC machines, and in 1996 we got an opportunity from Mahindra and Mahindra to machine their engine blocks, cylinder blocks. That was the first time we set up a plant, initially to make around 57 blocks a day. And today we machine close to 1,000 cylinder blocks every day for their automotive and tractor divisions. The biggest breakthrough was when we started the Scorpio line. When Scorpio was launched, it was launched with the engine block machined by Lokesh Machines. And we were the single source of supplies for a very, very long time. And even today, for most of the Mahindra vehicle platforms, we are a single source of supply, either for cylinder blocks, or subsequently we've added connecting rods also into our product portfolio. And for that as well, we are a single source of supply for many of the vehicle engine platforms. This has a foldable butt to make it very compact. I mean, people can use the weapon with the butt folded condition as well. It's been ergonomically designed to function even with the butt folded condition. This has 3 firing modes. Of course, one is a safety mode, and then you have a single shot, and then an auto mode. There are 3 modes. Weapons, as I mentioned earlier, in 2020 along with ARDE, this is the SMG, then 9mm what I showed earlier, 9mm SMG. Subsequently, last year, we developed what is called the LMG, light machine gun. Now, while that has a range of 100 meters, this has a range of 800 meters. And it fires a bullet of 7.62 by 51 millimeters caliber. This was done last year, and we are now a DCPP partner with ARDE for this weapon as well. Subsequently, we have developed this weapon here. It's called the GPMG, General Purpose Machine Gun. This also fires a 7.62 by 51 millimeter ammunition, and this has a range of 1000 meters. While a LMG is 800 meters, this is 1000 meters, which we can even extend to 1200 meters by changing the barrel, by increasing the barrel length. And the purpose of this, as the name denotes, it's a general purpose machine gun. It can be used for very accurate firing of a single bullet, or it can throw a volley of bullets. And This can be mounted on a ship. What we see here is a stand which is used to mount it on a ship, or it can also be by changing the bracket here. It can be mounted on a vehicle also, on a vehicle or a tank. So it can be used by the Navy, by the Army, and even the Air Force, if they put it on a stand, and they can use it to shoot down some of the drones and other things.